something. Definitely. What should we do?
You can't do it.
Do what?
What we're doing.
Why does Bailee Madison look so familiar? Probably because we watched her grow up on screen from the time she was 7. The upcoming Netflix film A Week Away marks Madison's return to the screen, but where has the child star been in the meantime? Why did she leave her major role on Good Witch? What other passions has she been pursuing?
I want to come.
You can't.
It's a free country.
There's a certain sparkle in Bailee Madison's eyes that's so familiar, but why can't we figure out where we've seen her before? The fact is, we haven't seen her in anything for a couple of years, which is actually quite a long time since she's been acting since she was so young. The powerhouse actress was the adorable face in popular films and TV shows over the years, like Bridge to Terabithia, Just Go With It, Brothers, Wizards of Waverly Place, The Fosters, and Good Witch. Seeing her all grown up in the trailer for the new Netflix film A Week Away totally caught us off guard. So how exactly did her extensive Hollywood career begin?
It was so much fun. Yeah, it was great.
She's pretty much been raised on sets since she was in commercials from the time she was still in a stroller. Her mom and sister are both actors, so her entry into the industry was pretty natural.
I thought you'd be excited to have an acting job.
If it's an acting job, we should get paid.
Her career really started when Madison was in the waiting room while her sister auditioned for the film Lonely Hearts, and the team saw her waiting and asked if she'd be interested in auditioning for a role they needed to fill. She did the audition with her sister reading opposite, and the rest is history.
I didn't even know what was happening.
Just a year later, she received her first of many award nominations for her guest role on the TV show House. She may be only 21, but Madison is skilled and mature beyond her years. Since she grew up acting, it's been her form of school in a lot of ways, graduating from the different stages of her career thus far. She's in pretty good company considering she's worked with the likes of Salma Hayek, Jake Gyllenhaal, Natalie Portman, Jennifer Aniston, and countless other A-list actors who have become both her colleagues and family. Madison demonstrated her skill and stamina with her leading role in Good Witch, a show she worked on for 5 seasons. That's a long time for any actor, but especially someone at such a formative age.
It's especially hard to be 18 and figuring stuff out.
She left the show in 2019, but there wasn't any negative reason surrounding the decision. The choice was simply because it was time to move on and explore different projects. When it came to making sure she could stay level-headed in the industry, her family took great care in how they approached the career. Madison actually wouldn't even get the chance to read a role until it was vetted and approved by both her sister and mom first. It's easy for young actors to face struggles and grow up too quickly in Hollywood, so her family made sure to limit her work to projects that were age-appropriate and allowed her to still be a kid. This wound up resulting in some roles being turned down, but definitely didn't have a negative impact on her career. This is definitely a contributor to her vulnerable and truthful performances over the years.
It's her birthday, honey.
I didn't get anything that I wanted on my birthday.
Now that she's returning to the screen as an adult, we'll see her take on a mature role as the supposedly perfect girl at a Christian summer camp.
I'm like trying to be what everybody expects me to be.
It's not only her acting resume that's extensive. Bailee Madison's talents are so varied that she doesn't just have other hobbies and interests, but full-blown careers. After spending so many years in front of the camera, her transition to a producing role made total sense. She was only 15 years old when she acted as a producer and actor for the film The Strangers, Pray at Night, an experience she's noted as one of the most cherished in her life. Seeing the inner workings of how a production was put together was fascinating for Madison, and she grew a deep appreciation for the process, inspiring her to contribute directly to it herself. She's noted Reese Witherspoon as one of her inspirations, so who knows? Maybe she'll follow in her footsteps and start her own production company. Outside of the film world, Madison holds the professional titles of author and fashion designer. While she was on set doing one of her many projects, she somehow found the time to co-write a book with her friend and colleague Stephanie Miller called Losing Brave, a book by and for teens.
What did you say to me? I was like, would you ever want to write a book? And I was like, let's write a book.
Always thinking ahead towards other possibilities, Madison wrote the book with the idea of potentially turning it into a screenplay or miniseries in mind. Anyone looking to exude her impeccable style can check out her fashion line at Macy's. Her collaboration with them in Nowadays was a big step for her and fulfilled a lifelong dream.
It's always been a dream of mine to step into the fashion industry.
Madison has actually been drafting clothing designs for years. She also collaborated with NYX Teen to promote a wireless adjustable bra that's delivered with a positive message to uplift and support teenagers.
To love and enjoy and feel good about themselves in.
Her diverse portfolio makes her an incredible role model for young people and adults alike. Watching the trailer for A Week Away, we can see her singing and dancing, something we definitely hope to see more of from her. She's been giving us some sneak peeks on her social media of her budding musicality with videos of herself playing ukulele and singing. We absolutely adore this Taylor Swift cover. As for her future pursuits, Madison is planning to spend more time behind the camera and is hoping to direct something soon as well. That is, when she's not too busy pursuing her other interests like philanthropy, travel, and who knows what else. Juggling so many careers and wearing so many hats, it's no wonder we didn't recognize her right off the bat. We can't wait to see how she continues to grow in all of her pursuits. From what we can tell, it seems like this is just the beginning. More so than her fashion line, it feels like her positive outlook and inspirational messages are her signature look.
As I always say, you're never too young to make a difference, and that's really true.
In 2019, Bailee Madison was a speaker at We Day, an event filled with inspiring people promoting positivity and working towards making change. It's important to acknowledge the struggles that Madison has faced growing up. The challenge of simply being a public figure from the time she was so young and having her entire life set under a microscope is pressure enough. A few years ago, some online trolls called her a prude, and instead of letting it get her down, she spoke up about it and wrote an inspirational essay on Tumblr that wound up causing an entire social media movement, called #I'mMoreThanAWord. It seems as though Madison is able to take any scenario in her life and turn it into a positive. Her maturity and level-headedness shone through when she was dating her boyfriend Alex Lang. He was quick to share his love for her, but Madison waited a full 6 months before she told him that she loved him, which can be a long time for teenagers experiencing a relationship for the first time.
It was love at first sight for the whole family.
In terms of big stars and living up to the pressure of being in the entertainment industry, Madison has followed sage advice from her mother. She practices seeing people as human beings instead of stars, and as a result, she's built many relationships with her colleagues, and some have grown to be like family for her. Part of her success has also definitely come from having an incredible support system. She's very close with her family and has said that the women in her life inspire and motivate her, her mom and sister in particular. Remember when we said some of her colleagues became like family? Well, this was definitely true for Selena Gomez, who she did Wizards of Waverly Place with. The two are still very close, and Madison considers her a mentor and big sister.
It's nice to be kind of the little one in the business growing up and getting to have a lot of beautiful big sisters to get to look up to.
A factor that likely plays into Madison's success is her prioritizing having fun. She enjoys all of the work she does and has said that she wants to continue pursuing all those avenues until she isn't having fun anymore, at which point she would move on. Sage and wise advice from such a young person.
I have a lot of fun. I'm very blessed.
As for what to do when she's struggling and feeling low, Madison credits practicing being humble, grateful for all that she has in her life, and making sure to give it her all each and every day.
I truly believe that if we all join together, we can make a difference.
While she has so many plates spinning, we're so excited to know that Bailee Madison hasn't left the screen for good. We're eager to see her take on more adult roles as she gets older and her work behind the camera once she dives into directing. When she isn't too busy designing, writing, and inspiring, that is.